Hi, everybody. I have a very special guest joining me today, my dear friend and neighbor, I can call her a neighbor, Anie Villeneuve, who I've had the pleasure of getting to know a lot more over the last year, and not just because of geography, but because of some projects that we worked on together. And I'm super excited to have a chat about leadership, about learning, about development, because Anie is an icon in our industry when it comes to that. So if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting this fabulous creature, she's the Director of Education at Matrix Canada. She's a master trainer for TRX. She's been in the industry for 20 something years. She can't tell as how young and beautiful she looks, but she's been in the industry for a really, really long time as an athlete, as an athletic coach, doing massage, doing tons of different things, and working with the athletes that are in the fitness industry, coaching them and coaching teams and coaching athletes towards greater success. And so it's my absolute pleasure to be with you here today.
Thank you so much.
In my home, which is 5 minutes away from her place. So it's kind of convenient to do that, even on a winter day in Montreal. And I wanted to talk about growth a little bit. You and I have had a lot of conversations about this, and I think that you've got some wonderful insights. So tell me a little bit about your perspective as a leader today, or the one that you've used over your lifetime, as how you see growth and development.
Well, I truly believe that challenges and learning are opportunities, and failure are opportunity for growth. With a growth mindset, focus on process and progress, and also searching out for opportunity to stretch existing abilities. So for me, I like to play with that, with like challenges, and then take failures as a growth opportunity, because sometimes negativity in our industry is a place for improvement. And that will lead us to something, I think, better. And for us personally to see things in a different way, and also after that to help our team and people that we're working with to work differently, maybe, and maybe to see an opportunity differently from a perspective that they had in mind, maybe on their own, and to take that and to push that to something that will, I don't know, just like a personal growth and also a professional growth for things, better things.
That's interesting you'd say that. And I mean, growth mindset is a word that we hear about, or a term that we hear about a ton now. And I love the fact that you see it as not just professional growth, because something could happen, and it doesn't mean that you won't necessarily grow professionally. But if you do, I mean, personal growth is professional growth. It's just looking at the perspective of where is there a place for me to grow when it comes to this. And sometimes it's growing who you are as a person, and therefore affecting who you are as a professional.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I see that as if I'm in a good place personally, I'll be in a better place to help my team professionally.
Yeah. Interesting. And you've had growth mindset since I met you. And so before it was a thing, before we talked about it a whole lot.
It was a project.
But tell me a little bit about some of those growth and development opportunities that you felt had the biggest impact on your career, a really successful career in a lot of different ways, from people looking at it from the outside, but they don't see all the work going on behind the scenes. So what are some of those opportunities for you?
Well, I take that as the ability to adapt on every situation. And I work with 3 personal key components for my professional development. The first one would be the assessment. Being able to establish standards of success and be able to describe what an individual who is successful looks like. So have a vision, and when you meet someone for a certain type of job descriptions, or a key component on your team, to being able to have the visions of what the person could bring to the team.
So like a role model type of...
Exactly. So and all that in a very positive way.
Right.
And the second one would be challenge. Sometimes challenge, stretching, it it is something that stretches me, pushes me out of my comfort zone. So I need to be able like to take a step back and then focus on what's important. And it requires to think and act differently with every situation. So challenges are good because I think it's helping everyone to grow. So we need challenge like to step out of our comfort zone, if I would like resume.
And are you the kind of person that you'll be able to do that in the moment? Like I happen to know that impulse control is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
So when the challenge is there and I'm faced with that, I need to really, really take a breath and take a moment to be able to reflect, because otherwise I hate it when I react and then afterwards I'll reflect and it's like, oh, I could have handled that differently. And I know that you grow from that, but I think being able to respond better in the moment for me takes a little bit of extra deep breaths to be able to not be reactive. Is it kind of the same for you, or how do you do in those moments?
Well, I feel the same way. I used to be that person who wanted to react like at first, but I learned that sometimes taking a step back is the best thing to do. And the third key that is helping me with that is the support. That provides sometimes guidance, feedback, and assistance. Sometimes we try new skills to make things happen, or to take on responsibility that are beyond our scope of our skills that we're at. Meaning that if we're trying something that will take us to the other level, that will make us like grow even more, and take all the support that I would need or my team would need to be at that place.
How do you find that support for yourself? How have you surrounded yourself with the right people to support you in those kinds of situations?
Well, maturity, and being in a place where it's okay to ask for help. I'm a coach, but I need a coach. So for me, it was a privilege to being able like to work with you. You helped me in a way that no one had in the past. Maybe because we have like a lot of things in common, and it was like easy for me like to open up to you. Maybe because we're from the same industries and we're speaking the same language. Also, the fact that your way to bring I don't know, you're worried that you bring like questions and sometimes a challenge or homework. There's some times that
There's
was like,
homework in my program.
I know, like okay, I'll need more than 5 minutes to go there, because sometimes we're starting to think about what could be like the best way like to respond to a situation. But after, when you're in it, there's so many doors that they're opening that say, oh my gosh, I need to think more, and I need to have a more open-minded to the situation. And sometimes most of the time I say that what I know is wrong. So when it comes like being able like to discuss and to ask questions and to brainstorm on everything that is evolving in what I do with someone like you, I see it's easier to see things differently. So
that's the thing with the coach, is you've got a bit of a bird's eye view of things, and you're a little bit out of it, but obviously working with somebody in the industry is helpful. I'm honored that you would always feel that safe space with me to be able to have those kinds of conversations. Thank you for that. As a leader, how do you propose, encourage, and ensure, to a certain extent, growth and development with your team? How do you communicate that, tap into that growth mindset, and take very good care of it for them to be able to feel safe too?
I think the biggest takeaway from my team is my passion. Like I speak from my heart, and I've been in this industry for a long time, and for me, Matrix, I work as I own Matrix. So, and
Like an ownership mentality.
oh yeah,
Okay.
like totally. Sometimes I take stuff like personally because if it's like my company, so my passions is way out there. My team sometimes say that I'm too passionate, that I had to take a time off and do something else, but I put a lot of time in my work. A lot of time, like for me, like to grow and to learn, research, a lot of reading, ongoing education, trade shows, fitness conference, and I'll try like to bring back all the information to my team for them to be at the best as they can, as always. I travel with my team. I am consulting clients with my team. I bring my
So hands-on,
exactly
very much with
yeah,
them,
yeah.
and communicate through your passion.
Right. Yeah, and they do like that, and I think like as a team we're stronger, and I feel that most of them, they feel comfortable when I'm there. So at the end of the day, I know that we're able to come up with something different from other player in the industry because we're there together as a support, and then to support our clients and try to be like the best, I don't know, like a trusted advisor.
And I know, I mean, not to, because I know you're a very humble person, but I also know that you provide your team with everything they need to be successful. And so if ever it's a tool or, you know, a strategy or anything like that, you're constantly working with them, seeing what works, going to that kind of, like you said, that assessment, that challenge,
Yeah.
and the support.
Yes.
You know, that there's integrity in that because that's not only how you challenge yourself, but it's how you challenge them. And being able to see them do it live, I think, is a great opportunity. Some of us are able to coach them in person, and even for you, a lot of them being remote, being able to watch them. I know that you love seeing them do it really well and love it when they actually blow you away
Yeah.
with how well they've done the work. And if not, then go back to those resources, make sure they have what they need, and the follow-up in terms of that.
I think the follow-up is a key. It is something like to give feedback to someone, but if we don't follow up on our feedbacks, I think it's a miss as a leader. Being able like just to go back and make sure that the information was understood, and then after that they're going to be like to apply what we've been working on. I think it's just a progress for a success.
So tell me to close off one thing that if you look at like the last couple of years has been really impactful for you as a leader in your growth, that you're like, you know what, that's my place right now. This is a way for me to learn that I'm really sinking my teeth into and grow as a leader.
I think fear. Fear. Every time that I face fear, I'm always in a situation that I step up my game even more.
Which comes from uncertainty, discomfort, anything else?
Or anything that will like, well, I don't think you'll be able like to do that. Oh my gosh, that's the thing that you can't say to me, or maybe like people that they know me personally that they will use that
little weapon.
that little weapon,
poker a bit.
But I think fear for me, it's a great friend. I like fear, and I like pressure, and I like deadline, and I like to be put on the spot. And it's maybe crazy, but for me it has been very, very helpful.
Well, for you, it's a confidence builder.
Yes.
Because you see it not as an enemy.
Exactly.
So it's fear, and it's your mentality towards fear.
Yes.
Because you don't see it as an enemy, but as an opportunity to be like, why does this scare me, and what do I need to do or learn or grow in order to get past that, and not feel like I'm pigeonholed into the box of this is what I do. Because if you don't do anything that ever scares you, then you stay very much you know, in that box.
Yeah, and I think just to conclude with that, the other thing would be that I love people. Yeah, I love people, and when I gotta meet with new people or you know, like returning customers, I don't know, there is this communication and non-communication. or there's this little something that is kind of like a magnet, and I like to be able like to I don't know, I like to learn what they're doing and what they're about to do, and bring my insight and everything that I know from what's going on outside of what they're doing, and to bring my passion and just being there for them. When you love what you do and when you love the people that you're working with, it's so much easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anie. And if anybody wants to find you, they can find you online. They can find you at Matrix
Yes,
Canada,
exactly.
obviously. And they can find you mostly, you would say, which social media channel do you say most of your stuff is on?
Instagram, that's the one that I use the most.
That's where I see her workouts. It's on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, let's go. If Annie's in the gym, then I can get in the gym.
Yeah, so you can follow me. It's Anie with one N, ANIE 55.
And we'll tag her on these videos.
Super.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.